Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at Video Pinball, the dedicated home console by Atari, model number C380. The first one that was released was a wood grain type console. After that, Atari released a second version, which is a white looking console. Sears Telegames also had a version of the Video Pinball that they sold in the Sears stores called Pinball Breakaway. Basically it was the same as the original wood grain Atari Video Pinball, just had a different label on it. Now I got the box here for the white version, which is upside down. There we go. Pretty nice box. Now the wood grain box is pretty much the same. It just shows the wood grain video pinball console right here. But it shows some screenshots of the game, people playing. Then on the back it shows all 7 games. Now it did come with 7 games on it. Now what's really cool is up until when this came out, basically the dedicated Pong consoles were just variants of Pong, like squash, hockey, that kind of thing. Where Atari made this different, they put a little microcontroller in here with a small amount of RAM to give you 7 games that are different from Pong. For example, we have flipper pinball, video pinball. We have like a basketball game here that's called Rebound. And of course we have the arcade popular Breakout game. The whole reason why Atari wanted to bring this to the market was they wanted to get a home version of Breakout into everybody's homes. Breakout was a big hit in the arcades. It came out after Pong, which was a huge hit as well. So based on the popularity of Breakout, Atari made this console. The unfortunate thing is the Fairchild Channel F came out right before this did. And the Fairchild, having the interchangeable cartridges, offered the home game players a lot more different options for games. Where this was non-upgradable, it was these 7 games and that's it. The Fairchild Channel F would give you all kinds of different games with the ever-expanding library. And of course, when the Atari 2600 came out, that was the nail in the coffin for these type of dedicated home consoles. You would find these type of consoles in clearance bins and on sale all over the place back in the late 70s, basically almost giving them away. And there's a ton of different Pong consoles out there. There's a large number of variations. Now in the box, we have the console, and we also have an instruction book. Now here's the one for the white version you saw for the box. And basically it tells you how to hook up the console, how to put batteries in. It runs on battery power, or you can get like an Atari 2600 adapter and plug in the back to power this thing up as well. And it goes through and describes all the different games, all different modes. Pretty nice, all in full color too, which is really nice. Now here's the first release manual that shows the wood grain console. And it's basically the same kind of manual. It's the exact same thing as the white one. Shows all the different games, how to play them. And then in the back it gives you a little troubleshooting manual. It also shows how the ball reacts to the paddle depending on where you rebound the ball on the paddle. Pretty nice. Atari always did a great job with their manuals. So that's the 2 manual variations right there. So let's look at the actual console itself. So here is the original release wood grain model C380 Video Pinball. This is the version I like the most. Mainly because it has the wood grain, but it also has pictures of all the different games that are on this console. And basically all you have to do is you select your game using the select button here. You can select a game option like 1 or 2 players or paddle sizes or something like that. You got your power on and off, and you got your reset. And you have the ball serve right here, which also acts as another control for like rebound when you're playing that game. We got our paddle control right here. It's a potentiometer. And we have our little side buttons on either side for the video pinball portion. Pretty cool. Now the white version of this console is a little sleeker looking. Of course it's white. It does have the pictures of the different games, which this is nice, but I like the wood grain one better just because it has the pictures on there. Same button setup as the wood grain version. Everything's exactly the same, just a different type of case. Pretty awesome. So now let's take a look at the different games on here, and I'll discuss them as I'm playing. So first up, we have Flipper Pinball number 1. Now when you hit the ball serve button, the ball will automatically come out. And I'm using the little side buttons on the console to activate the flippers at the bottom of the screen. And I'm not doing very well. Keep missing the ball. Now I like the big spinner in the center. That's pretty cool. It's not a bad pinball game. Now it's much different than the video pinball that Atari released later on for the Atari 2600. But, you know, it's got some of the same elements. Now the sounds you're hearing is coming from the console itself. There's no sound coming from the TV. Whoa! Next up, we have Paddle Pinball number 1. Now the game plays exactly the same as Video Pinball number 1, except this time we're using the paddle at the bottom of the screen. So we're going to use the potentiometer on our console to just rebound the ball around. Now the ball kind of moves around the playfield like it would in Breakout. If you notice, it doesn't really arc or anything like that like it did in Video Pinball. So it's kind of playing like Breakout but with targets. Really neat variation of a pinball game. Oops. Next up, we have Flipper Pinball number 2. So all the targets have changed on the screen to give you a different layout. This one's a little bit harder than the first pinball, mainly because of the targets at the very bottom of the screen. When you really get the ball moving, you can actually miss it pretty easy. Of course, I can't play the game with the darn anyway, so I constantly miss it. Ooh, that was close. Oh. I like the effect when the ball goes into those yellow bars and you turn red. It's kind of neat. Next up, we have Paddle Pinball 2. Now, just like in Paddle Pinball 1, the ball just keeps going in the same direction, just like in Breakout. I think it's really neat how Atari made a pinball version of a pinball game, a Breakout version of a pinball game. It's pretty cool. Oh! Yeah. Oops. Whoa! Hey. Oh. Now for a really unique game on the system. This is called Rebound. The object of this game is you have to dribble the ball at least twice, then hold down the ball serve or flipper button at the right time to shoot the ball to the top of the screen. The more hoops you can get the ball through, the higher the score you can accumulate. Each hoop is a different point value. Oh.
This is actually quite a bit of fun. Very challenging as well. Ah, I was robbed. Come on, get at least 1 point. Oh, yes! And then once you score points, the basket will change. Come on, you can do it. Ooh, yeah. Boink. Oh, oh. Now we have Breakthru. It's kind of like Breakout, but the rules are just a little bit different. Just like in Breakout, you want to destroy the bricks to get the ball all the way to the top of the screen. However, unlike Breakout, once I break through the yellow layer, if my ball bounces between the yellow and red layers, it'll only destroy the yellow bricks and not the red bricks. The red bricks can only be destroyed by the ball hitting it once it leaves your paddle. And of course, as soon as the ball breaks through the top of the screen, your paddle will shrink in size to increase the challenge. And the ball will speed up too. There, you saw a good example of that. Only the one red brick broke because it came from my paddle. Whoa! And the ball gets moving pretty fast. Ooh, come on. Breakthru. Breakthru, man. Oh. Come on. Oh. Yes. You can see the paddle just shrunk. Holy moly. And then lastly, we have Breakout. So just like Breakout in the arcades, we want to break through all 3 rows of bricks. When the ball gets towards the top of the screen, it does speed up. When you break through, it goes into half paddle size. I love Breakout. This is the whole reason I own one of these little dedicated consoles, just for this game right here. It plays really nice. And I missed the ball. Bam! Bam! Get to the top. My favorite thing to do is get the ball on the top of the screen and let it bounce all over the place. Ooh, getting close. Yes! Rack up them points. Whoa. Man, that was fast. Oh. So that's Atari's model number C380 Video Pinball. For more Atari goodness, check out the forums at atari.io. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at Video Pinball by Atari, model number C380. The first release was a wood grain.